On November 6, 1869, teams from Rutgers and Princeton met on a muddy New Jersey field. What followed was a brutal, disorganized brawl that birthed an intense rivalry and the sport of American football. If you watched this game today, you wouldn't recognize it. Nobody threw a forward pass. Instead, 25 men on each side simply swarmed a round ball. It was a messy hybrid of soccer and rugby. Players could kick the ball or bat it with their hands, using pure physical force to drive through the opposing mob. This complete lack of structure created an inherently flawed pastime. Without clear rules for advancing the ball, matches devolved into violent stalemates, with severe injuries and almost zero tactical depth. For this collegiate blood sport to survive and grow into an American institution, someone had to pull order out of the chaos. That architect was Walter Camp, a Yale player who would eventually be recognized as the father of American football. Camp began by reducing the number of players on the field from 15 down to 11. More importantly, he eliminated the unpredictable rugby scrum, replacing it with a clean, uncontested snap of the ball to start a play. But the snap created a massive loophole. In 1881, teams realized that since the snap was uncontested, they could hold on to the ball indefinitely. They simply stood their ground, resulting in agonizingly dull 0-0 ties known as the block game. This animated diagram illustrates Camp's fix, the concept of downs. An offense is given 4 distinct attempts to move the ball exactly 10 yards across a grid. If a team fails by their 4th attempt, they must surrender possession. Adding those distance markers solved the block game crisis. It carved the field into a gridiron, turning a game of brute force into a precise, tactical battle. With the gridiron established, the old mob mentality collapsed. Teams were forced to divide their 11 men into highly specialized offensive and defensive units. The offensive unit exists to advance the ball. They are commanded by the quarterback, a field general who calls the plays and makes split-second decisions before every snap. He is protected by the offensive line, heavy vanguard blockers who clear the way. Behind them, running backs charge straight into the trenches, while agile wide receivers and tight ends flank the edges to catch forward passes. Opposing them is the defensive unit. Their objective is entirely destructive: halt the offense's forward progress, force a turnover, and reclaim the ball. They use their own specialized ranks. The defensive line engages the massive blockers up front. Linebackers patrol the middle of the field to stop runners, and the secondary forms a deep backfield shield against long passes. By assigning specific, interlocking roles to every single player, football evolved into a high-stakes, physical chess match. All of this specialized warfare serves a single tactical objective: conquering the opponent's territory to put points on the board. The ultimate prize is the touchdown. If a player successfully advances the live ball across the goal line and into the enemy's end zone, his team earns 6 points. Immediately after a touchdown, the scoring team gets 1 extra opportunity. They can kick the ball through the uprights for a nearly guaranteed single point, or risk running a single play from near the goal line to earn 2. If an offensive drive stalls out before reaching the end zone, they can settle for a field goal. Kicking the ball through the uprights yields a respectable 3 points. And then there is the safety, the rarest scoring event in the sport. If the defense manages to trap and tackle the ball carrier inside his own end zone, they are awarded 2 points and instantly regain control of the ball. This tiered scoring system dictates every decision on the field. Coaches must constantly calculate the math, weighing the risk of failure against the reward of points on every single play. That long evolution, from chaotic college scrums to the invention of downs, specialized units, and exact scoring tiers, produced an incredibly intricate sport. It also produced a cultural behemoth. Today, football is the undisputed most popular sport in the United States, played by millions and watched by tens of millions more. That popularity reaches its peak every year at the Super Bowl, a billion-dollar broadcast that functions as a de facto American national holiday. The teams that survive the grueling season lift the silver Vince Lombardi trophy, the absolute pinnacle of gridiron achievement. Yet, despite the massive high-tech stadiums and billions of dollars in revenue, every tactical formation and every desperate fight for a single inch of turf is a direct echo of that muddy collegiate rivalry born over 150 years ago.